Erica, did you hear from my son about a trip next month? Hello, Mother. Yes, a family trip to Guam, right? I was wondering, were you planning to come too? Well, yeah, that's what I was planning. I'm sorry, but could you please not come, Erica? I'm afraid my son will get mad at me again for saying this. We're getting older, and I'm sure we won't have much time left to travel like this. That's why we really want to go as a family. I see. I'm so sorry, but you have to understand how we feel. We're not trying to exclude you or anything. Yes, I understand. Thank you, Erica. It's best to travel as a family. Me and my husband, my son, and also Lisa and Harry can come. They're my two beautiful grandchildren. They're still in elementary school. I'm a little worried about my husband taking them along. You have us. Why are you trying to say like that old people like us with weak legs and back can take care of kids? No, that's not what I'm saying. It's just that since I think you would like to enjoy the trip, maybe it would be better if the children were there with you. No, there's not so many chances to travel with our grandchildren. If you're so worried, I'll invite my daughter as well. How does that sound? Wait, you want your daughter to take care of the kids? She just had her second child the other day, didn't she? No, please, I don't want you to do that. I feel bad for your daughter. Then what do you want me to do? It's a family vacation. I don't want to invite anyone but my family. I think it's better if the kids stay home with me. I don't want to bother your daughter. How about you travel without the kids this time? I think you'll be able to relax without having them around. That's not true. Listen, Harry are good kids. I'm sure they'll be quiet. Harry often gets a fever when he's at a new place. If that happens, I'll let him sleep at the inn. Who's going to watch Harry? Lisa is already in grade 5, right? Can she at least take care of her little brother? That's a bit... Mother, would you please reconsider about it? I'm sure my husband will say he can't handle 2 kids. Why don't you talk him into it? This is the time to show your filial piety to us. Is there anything else you can do? Oh God, this is why outsiders are so hard to deal with. I'm sorry, but I've been shopping for you and giving you a ride back and forth to the hospital. I've been doing what I can. That's normal thing for a wife to do. Taking with you won't help. But please don't tell him that I asked you not to come on the trip. I understand. My son is nagging me to be nice to you. It's funny. I'm always kindly trying to reach you like this. Or maybe you're talking shit about me. No, I'm not! Then fine. But next time he nags me, I'll definitely have to reconsider my relationship with you. I'm going to once again ask you to know your place. Mother, your baggage you sent us has arrived. Thank you so much for all the delicious looking steak meat. We'll have them for dinner tonight. Oh, I didn't know it arrived already. Make sure you serve them to my son and grandkids. Oh, you know that none of these steaks are yours, right? Yes, I know. I won't eat it. Well, I doubt it. I've been sending my son all sorts of groceries, but I don't get to see what he actually eats, so you're eating them in secret, aren't you? I always serve them only to my husband and the kids. Really? My son's so sweet, he's probably given to you. When the kids can't finish it, I take those leftovers. See, I knew you'd eat it. You are always like that. You reply with good words, but you're just saying that for pose. Sorry, I'll be careful, but I think it would feel bad to waste it. Well, you're a stranger. Leftovers suit you. I don't mind as long as what you eat is leftovers. Well, Mother, respectfully, I've been married to my husband for over 10 years now, but I'm still not considered as your family. Of course, maybe I'm not trying hard enough, but I feel a little lonely to be treated as a stranger forever. Erika, that's how it is with a wife. but you gave birth to my grandchildren properly. That's why you're invited to all of our weddings and funerals, right? That's true, but in the first place, just because you guys got married, it doesn't make you blood related. Compared to your own parents, in roles are probably not that important to you, right? Nothing changed the fact that you're an outsider. I see. I understand. I'm sorry for being so cheeky. It's okay if you understand. You're a good wife. You don't have to think about anything else. Mother, my husband told me that father, your husband has been diagnosed with an illness. Thus he's going to need nursing care. I know, it's a bit overwhelming, isn't it? Last month we were enjoying our trip and now suddenly we found out he's ill. I really don't know what to do. I know your father is one who's going through the most right now, but I'm worried about you as well. Mother, are you okay? Is there anything I can do? Please let me know. There's nothing to panic about. It's okay. I don't need you to help me. I'm sure my husband has told you. I'll be visiting you this evening. I would like to ask about various things. Oh, you're coming too? Yes, I was going to, but you don't have to come. It's none of your business. But father needs extra care, right? I can help. We're the ones who decide what to do about our dad, right? Why should he come? It doesn't make any sense of you, a stranger, to be here. I see. I understand. Then I'll let my husband to go alone. Please do so. Only a true family can look out for their family. If you're here, we wouldn't be able to have proper conversation. And even if you had an opinion, it's our decision to make. Yes, man. This is why I really hate people who's not considerate. It's just too much work for me. Would you please not intrude our family conversation? I'm sorry. You think you can just apologize like that, don't you? Maybe you're glad he's sick. I don't think so. I don't know. You never know what people really think, especially when you're a stranger. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have overstepped the mark. Don't make me tell you the same story over and over again. You're not our family. You need to understand that. Yes. I wish you were the one who's got sick, not my husband. You're a genius at irritating people. I treat you like a wife because I have to, but I always wish I had someone else. If I had known you were such a bad wife, I would have never let my boy marry you. Erica, we've decided on the policy for my husband's care. Okay. Your husband hasn't come home yet, has he? No. I just got a call that a meeting was over. Well, let me tell you something. Erica, we'll take care of my husband every day from now on. I'll take care of the housework. What? You think it's hard to come over to work every day, right? Then don't worry. It's not easy for me to take care of my husband by myself, so you're gonna move in with us. We'll help each other as a family. Excuse me, mother. We already live together as a family. What do you mean we live together? Well, I live with my parents. We built a house for that. It's impossible for us to move out and live with you. What are you talking about? You're already living together with your parents. I don't understand. I'm just telling you this since my husband gave me permission to tell you. Since the other day, we've been living with my parents, so we can't live with you and your husband. That means I won't be taking care of your husband. What are you... Erica, that's too harsh for a joke. I'm not joking. You really live with your parents? You even built a house for that, you said? Yes? Why didn't you tell us such an important thing? How much of a fool do you think we are? My husband is sick and needs care. You are the one who has been making fun of me, right? We've been married for over 10 years and you've always treated me like a stranger. And now you want me to cooperate with you because we are family? You're out of your mind. I am your husband's mom. It's natural that a wife who has married a man should listen to his mom. It's up to those parents whether the wife listens or not. I don't know anything to anyone who didn't do anything for me. Besides, I have been trying to reach out to you, Mother, but it's you who have refused. Then what are you going to do? Who will take care of my husband? My husband and I suggested that he should move into a facility, right? Since taking care of him alone will be a burden on you, I think it's better to leave it to the professionals. You are the one who should keep giving. I don't want to. I've been treated like a stranger all my life. Why should I have to take care of him? My husband said I don't have to be a caregiver. He didn't object to me about moving in. My husband just told me that. He said he was dismayed when you said we're going to move in with you. He said they wouldn't listen to me when I tried to argue with them, so I left. So that means he didn't agree to move in with you. Oh no. So I have no choice but to put my husband in a situation. If you can take care of him by yourself, he can stay home. I don't think you can if you've always been so dependent on me. If you care about your husband, I think you should put him in a facility. But he wants to stay home. I have high hopes for you, you know. He said if Erica took care of him, things could be the same as before. He was with you and treated me like a stranger. And he expects me to take care of him. You and your husband are both out of your minds. Hey, Erica. I'm giving up on living with you. You've been built a house. I don't know what your parents will say if I force you to come over and live with us. I see, but you can commute, right? Huh? Mother, how many times do I have to tell the same thing? I won't live with you, and I won't take care of you guys. I'll behave badly towards you, I admit that. But still, we were family one week. You were involved. You think treating me like a stranger was involved. All you care about was your son and your grandchildren. How present can you really be? You try not to see what you're doing, and now you're trying to get me to help you? That's just too convenient. I'm sorry, Erica. Please, I want to take care of my husband at home. So please help me. I apologize for everything I've done. No need to apologize. I've understood how you feel about me in the past 10 years. A wife is a stranger to you, no matter how many years have passed. So I will continue to treat you as strangers. I will never care for you, so please give it up. It's none of my business as a stranger what happens to an old man I don't know. Mother-in-laws took the liberty of accusing me of living with my parents after that. My husband blackmailed them and declared that if they persisted any longer, he would never have anything to do with them again. My husband is supposed to help them with the necessary procedure of their care, but I'm not going to have anything to do with that matter. They may have been good parents to my children, but our children have weird feeling toward my parents-in-law who treated me differently. If the kids want to see them, I'll ask my husband to let them see them. But there's no sign of that, so I'm sure they will have very little to do with me from now on. Mother-in-law gave up caring for my father-in-law at home and decided to put him in a facility. But this time, there was another argument between my father-in-law, who didn't want to go to a facility, and my mother-in-law, who wanted to go there. In the end, my mother-in-law lost her temper and said she couldn't take care of him anymore, so my father-in-law was placed in the facility. My mother-in-law only went to the facility minimally, and they were still very angry with each other. I don't know what will happen to their relationship in the future, but I don't care because it's none of my business. I hope one day they will reflect on their actions. At their age, it will be difficult to change their personalities. I hope they will never appear in front of me again. Meanwhile, my family and my parents are living together. Not much has changed in our daily lives. We have separate interests, so there is no interference between us, and my husband seems to be living without stress. The children seem to enjoy coming and going between the houses. It was my husband's suggestion that we live together, but it was only because he was always thinking about me. Since my husband was so kind, I was able to do my best even though my in-laws were always badgering me. I wish I could have been on good terms with my in-laws. But I have learned that there are efforts in this world that I don't have to make. From now on, I will continue to enjoy my life with my family, whom I love very much.
Your ex-husband, who's my husband now, got promoted even more. I heard the rumor. He became a professor at a university hospital 2 years ago, right? I thought you'd be more surprised. Whatever. It's been a while, but you're this blunt? Aren't you still upset about what happened 5 years ago? I'm busy. Are you done? What do you mean you're busy? You're so incompetent that you quit a simple job just to hand out medicine. You need a national license to become a pharmacist. It's not an easy job. I can handle that kind of thing. I mean, whose fault is it that I quit my job? When I told Toby that you were having an affair, he believed me and shared about it in the hospital, didn't he? I heard he did it to get sympathy from everyone. Because of that, people started giving me a cold look and I had to quit. I'm sorry to hear that. I never cheated on him in the first place. Why did you lie to him? It's true that you were with a guy, isn't it? I have photos to prove it. The photos you showed him are from when I was a student, right? I was walking around the town and I happened to see you walking with an old guy. So I heard to take a picture of you two. The guy I was with was a customer from my club. I was just accompanying him to dinner. You were a stripper, weren't you? Yeah, to earn money for the college tuition. Dad said he wouldn't pay a penny, so I worked hard. You weren't succeeding in your job, were you? I've been a stripper once, but I've never seen a person as ugly as you there. I don't care about that. You've made up a fake story and never apologized. How dare you? Then why don't you just explain to Toby that it was a fake story? I didn't tell him that I used to work at a stripper club. So he said he couldn't believe the information I gave him after what he has heard. He won't listen to me. Wow, he doesn't trust you at all. But fortunately, he didn't ask you to take any responsibility regarding this divorce, even though you cheated. Such a nice guy. He did tell me that he won't share the property. Oh, so he took everything? You're really miserable. Neither Toby nor my coworkers believe me. Even Dad took your side. Under those circumstances, I didn't have any energy left to argue about the money. Ugly people are so sad that they can't be trusted. On the other hand, I'm beautiful, so I was able to marry Toby and live happily ever after. There's nothing more than having a good face. Can I go now? Talking to you makes me remember the past, and I feel depressed. Wait a minute. I didn't text you to talk about the past like this. I actually had something important to tell you. What is it? Did you hear that Dad got sick? 5 years ago. You remember what happened. Since then, we haven't been in touch, so I haven't heard anything. He has some kind of brain disease. He will need nursing care. Oh, that's why I'm asking you to take care of him. What? I have a lot of duties as a doctor's wife. I can't take care of him. You're a housewife. You don't have a job. First of all, Dad loved you too much. Why don't you return the favor? That's what Mom is telling me too, and I'm in trouble. She's asking me to take care of him since he treated me so well. She's demanding things that don't make sense. What's the problem? If you don't want to do it yourself, why don't you talk to Toby about it and think of hiring a caregiver or something? It's a waste of money spending on parents. Wow, you're a heartless person. So are you. When we were young, I was compared to you every day. Mom and Dad even told me that they didn't want to spend money on an ugly girl. I don't want to take care of a person like that. What? You were loved by them, and they paid for all of your tuition. They even paid your living expenses until you married Toby. They have done a lot. That's something they did on their own, right? And now you guys are asking me to return the favor? Don't you think that's a bit arrogant? Don't force me to do it. I'm busy at work. I don't have time to take care of Dad anyways. You're working? You thought I've been unemployed for 5 years without finding a new job? Since you're incompetent, I thought you were homeless or something. No, of course not. But it doesn't sound like it's a big job. You didn't go to a college and ended up getting a job, which was to do a simple task like handing out pills. I've told you many times, it's not easy. It's a job, you need knowledge. Don't show off yourself. All right, I'll leave you to take care of Dad. I'm counting on you. I told you I can't. I'm Katie. I'm 34 years old and I got divorced once. My sister, Stephanie, who is 4 years older than me, received extravagant love from our parents. So, she grew up to be selfish. She has always been a jerk and looked down on me. I hated my family and wanted to be independent as soon as possible. I spent my school days studying hard and became a qualified pharmacist. And then I got a job at a university hospital. There, I met and married my ex-husband, Toby, who is a doctor. But I made a mistake of introducing him to my parents and sister. My sister must have liked him. She wanted him to leave me. So she tricked him with a fake story, and as a result, we divorced. She married Toby without any shame, and I was thrown into the depths of unhappiness. Now that 5 years have passed, I have calmed down. My work was going well, and I had almost forgotten about my family. So I was surprised to receive a message from my sister. Although I was a little worried about my dad, I still could not forgive my family. So I refused to take care of him. But my sister would not listen to me and tried to threaten my peace in an unbelievable way. I can't believe you work for a popular cosmetics company. Well, I'm sure it's not a big job anyway. What? How did you know? I asked you to take care of Dad, but I heard you haven't been home. I said no. I had no choice but to have a private investigation find out where you work. Why would you do that? I'm getting so tired of hearing from Mom. If you don't go home soon, I'll be in real trouble. Then do something about it. She's asking you to do it, right? No, I can't. I won't take care of him even if you say so. I'll spread bad rumors and make you unemployed like I did before. Excuse me? Let's say the reason you got divorced is because you cheated on him. I'm sure if people at your current workplace find out, you'll have a hard time staying there. That's why you identified my workplace. If you don't want to lose your job again, you'd better listen to me. You know me well. See ya. I just got home. You finally gave up, huh? Well, take good care of him. I'm not taking care of him. What? I just came home today to talk to Mom. You've got to be kidding me. If you don't take care of him, I'll tell about the affair to your people at work. I told them about your threats, so they won't have a problem. You know I have pictures, right? I don't think they'll believe you when I tell them. Those pictures are from the days you were a stripper. They already know I used to be a stripper. You bitch! Don't think you're smart just because you got a head start. I'll make sure you'll be the one to take care of him. I'm moving overseas, so I can't take care of him anyways. Huh? I'm going to work overseas. You're lying, right? It's true. To be honest, I live a better life than you. Don't show yourself off. Toby made over $100,000 this year. There's no way you have a better life than me. That's less than my monthly income. What do you mean? I'm the president of the cosmetics company. By the way, my annual turnover is over $15 million. What? If you checked with the private investigation, couldn't you find out about that as well? It costs a lot of money to do a very detailed investigation, so I could only do a quick check. So you didn't know I was the president. But how did you get to be the president of a popular cosmetics company? I used my knowledge of pharmacology to develop skin-friendly cosmetics, and it went viral. How could it be? There are products that can be used by people with allergies. The medical industry is paying attention to it, and there are even people overseas who use it. But how did you start your own business? You were kicked out after the divorce with no money. He didn't share the property, but I still had my savings. Plus, I had a friend who was willing to invest in the company. So the whole thing went smoothly. You knew someone like that? He's the guy in the picture that you have. This old man? He liked me since I was a stripper. He runs a medical equipment company. And he agreed with what I wanted to do and even invested in me. How can you be friends with someone like that? I was the most popular girl at the club in New York, you know? No way! You're ugly! People tend to think that in a club, the most beautiful person will become the best. But if you have good performance, you don't have to be very pretty to be the best. I don't understand. You don't have a bad face, but your skill is poor. And you've always been an unpopular stripper, right? How did you know that? I heard rumors about when you were a stripper. You never remembered your customers' faces and only talked about yourself. You never got chosen by anyone. That's... As a result, you were almost getting in your 30s and didn't even make it as a stripper. So, you took Toby away from me and got married, hoping to get rich. This was your plan, correct? Dad's retirement was coming up, so I thought I had to get married soon. Toby was a doctor and had a good income. Oh boy, and when you were a stripper, you bought expensive clothes and jewelry, even though you couldn't afford them, so you've borrowed money, right? You even know about the debt? Mom told me. It seems like you borrowed $10,000 under Dad's name. Well, yes, but it's been almost 5 years since I borrowed the money, and you should have cleared the balance at this point. He hasn't paid a penny. Why not? Don't you remember asking him to pay for now, because once you marry a rich guy, you'll pay him back fully? I do remember that, so that's why he should have paid on my behalf, right? But you got married to Toby right after you borrowed the money. So Dad thought you became rich already, and you were going to pay back the debt. So that's why he didn't pay at all. I never heard about that. I mean, don't they usually send you reminders if you're behind on payments? I heard they did, but Mom and Dad said that you were the guarantor, so they thought the same letter should have been sent to you as well. That's why they ignored it. What? Moreover, I checked the mail at our house today and found a complaint from the court. Does that mean I'm going to court? You've been ignoring this debt for so long. Of course you're going to court. Give me a break. You and Dad are so stupid. I'm ashamed to be related to you by blood. It's a little hard to pay $10,000 out of nowhere. Including delayed interest, it's almost double the amount. That much? That's how much you'd have to pay if you left it for almost 5 years. You deserve it. You should help me. You're my family. Even for family, the law says I can refuse to cover your debts, which means I won't help you. Then I'll refuse too. The debt is under Dad's name. You're the guarantor, aren't you? If that's the case, you're legally obligated to take over the debt. Okay, fine. I'll talk to Toby. He makes $100,000 a year, so I can manage. I don't know if you can count on that income from now on. Huh? What do you mean? I just overheard something. Toby seems to be sued for medical issues. No way! Is he going to jail? I don't think it will go that far. The patient seems to have after effect. He might be fined and suspended from medical practice. Does that mean he can't be a doctor anymore? I guess so. Why now? Damn! He wasn't very skilled as a doctor. Why did you marry such a man? He was very good with people. Everyone around him liked him. That's why I married him. I never imagined we'd part ways like this, though. I thought he was nice and good at talking too, but... Well, because of his good character, when you spread the fake story, everyone was on his side, and that hurt me a lot. But he hasn't made any mistakes until now, right? It's been 2 years since he got promoted. How can he make a medical mistake now? There's definitely some kind of mistake. Everyone liked him, so until now, he had some supports from them, which didn't make cases a big deal. Then why didn't they help him this time? When you become a professor, you won't have much support from others. When I heard about his promotion, I thought he might make a mistake soon, but I didn't expect it to be this big. Isn't it also important for a doctor to have good technique when they get promoted? Technique is important, but it also depends on relationships and luck, to be honest. He just happened to get promoted by luck, I guess. Oh God. But I'm glad we got divorced before anything serious happened. I guess I have you to thank for that. Once again, thank you. I'm sorry for everything, I'm sorry. So please help me. You're changing your attitude now? I don't have anyone I can rely on. My in-laws hate me too. Why do they hate you? They seem to like you. They couldn't forgive me for making you divorce and remarrying him without your permission. I thought I didn't have anyone on my side at that time, but Toby's father and mother trusted me. I feel a little better now. If I don't do anything, I won't be able to pay the rent for the house. I'll have to move out. I'll do whatever you say, so just help me. Then why don't you live with our parents? We own the house, so you won't have to pay the rent, right? Then I'd have to take care of Dad. You're a housewife. You do have the time, right? You can try. Please, at least give me some money. I can't help you. Well then, I'm busy. Now if you excuse me, goodbye. Toby was later ordered to stop his medical practice and fined due to the medical accident. In addition, he had to repay Stephanie's debt, and his savings were almost gone. They were forced to live with our parents due to difficulties in making a living. Mom had been a housewife like my sister for many years, so she was selfish, and she said she did not want to take care of Dad either. Hobby managed to find a job and started working, but his income was less than half of what it had been before. Plus, my sister started working a part-time job, but due to her bad character, she kept getting into trouble and had to move from job to job, which means her income was not stable. She was also busy taking care of Dad. As for me, I am happy with my job overseas. It was a long road, but my sister, parents, and ex-husband have been punished, so I feel much better now.